Macmillan Audio presents The Absconded Ambassador by Michael R. Underwood. Read for you by Mary Robinette Kowal.
Chapter 1. Saving the World with PowerPoint. Working as a genrenaut was like being a member of a theater troupe run by a burnt-out hippie who melded devising with MBA management. The ideas were outlandish and random, but the execution was 100% corporate. There were reports, meetings, and lots of emails. But while the format was familiar, the content was delightfully bizarre. Emails had subject lines like, Cultural Trend Forecasting Report, Best Practices in Alien Relations, and more. The required reading and viewing made Leah Tang feel like a double-booked media critic for the City Post. And the meetings, overseen by the alternatingly imperious and playful Angstrom King, were half weekly process and half crash course in graduate-level dimensional narrative theory, a subject that Leah hadn't even known existed a week ago. King advanced another slide as the team sat in a conference room. King stood at one end of the table opposite the screen. Shirin Tehrani sat upright, taking notes longhand on a legal pad, never looking down, but somehow still writing impeccably. Leah would have to ask for lessons on that, too. To Leah's right, Roman de Jaeger had his boots up on the table, tablet in his lap, chair leaned back 5 degrees short of toppling. Roman tapped through a pattern recognition game, while King continued his breakdown. King had never once chewed Roman out for his lack of focus, but Leah had realized over the weeks since she started the job that Roman was focusing. He just needed something to distract his hands and part of his brain. She'd had classmates like that. Too much going on to only ever be doing one thing. A poster on the wall opposite Leah showed the Genrenauts seal, a constellation of worlds, a regular blue and green Earth in the center, all of the others bearing a logo for their genre. Crossed revolvers for Western world, a heart for romance, rocket ship for science fiction, and so on. Memorizing the logos had been a day one job, right after her genre fluency evaluations. The organization's motto curled around the worlds. Every world a story, every story a proper ending. The latest slide was so corporate it hurt, showing a set of wire diagrams. But what they represented was anything but normal.
Our forecasters have reported increased dimensional activity,
King said.
All 5 bases corroborate, showing narrative breaches up 15% year over year.
So, we can expect overtime to continue then? Shirin Tehrani asked. My son has a recital this weekend, and if I'm off-world, I'll be in the doghouse for months. Shirin sported a pashmina scarf and wore her hair braided, a steaming mug of coffee sitting at her place setting, making this her 3rd cup of the day.
I'm afraid not,
King said.
24-hour on-call status will continue until disturbances taper off, or until we're back up to full strength.
Another genrenaut had come back with serious injuries 2 days ago, putting their in-house medical wing up to capacity. Rochelle, their head nurse, was threatening to walk if she didn't get the payroll to bring in temporary help. King continued.
Forecasting expects the romance world to be the next to show a breach, given the drop in use of and satisfaction with dating apps, and a reduction in applications for marriage licenses. However, Wright's reconnaissance run yesterday didn't show anything amiss, and the readout
Sample complete. Ready to continue?